Hello, I'm gonna explain the Uncarry 90% run using the preset level 29 demon that comes with the game. So if you don't know, if you get the gold or underworld version, you get these two characters shipped with the game. We're gonna make a run with the level 29 demon. I'm gonna explain a bit more on why this run, where we do this run later on when there's downtime. First thing though, make sure you clear out your saves and export characters, except these. It's a normal for running this game. And so we're gonna start on silver difficulty. And yes, start. During this load screen you can buffer inventory opening, press I. Yes, anywhere during this screen to open that. Skip tutorial and run up to this guy and press OK. That means you're gonna teleport him. While he's teleporting, you want to change our equipment. We want to equip this helmet, this belt, this shoulder pads. The helmet isn't super important. The other two are really useful, as well as this amulet that boosts speed. For that, we got the equipment we want. Now scroll out and press F to open this and start running up, and then click to run. That means you can click F1 on the soaring demon, click F1 to activate and activate this, which means we're gonna try and move as much as possible in soaring demons as we move faster. The first step of the run is to set up our object IDs, so we're gonna manipulate the IDs of object to turn those into different items, as well as do some shopping. So we're gonna go to merchant here. This merchant, first thing to do is click and look for things that's good to have. This has absolutely nothing. You would want to have boots with better speed. You want speed, I'm not sure if it's 16 or 17 is the minimum speed to reach max speed with Soaring Demon after we have upgraded it twice. We're gonna get level 4 this, so 16 or 17, so it's not much to get my max speed. Still, and getting higher than that is always useful too, as well as we want to find a bridle with good speed that puts our speed on the horse. So that's also, it's not super important if you don't get one here. As well, finally, I want to look for a combo potions, and I get absolutely nothing in this run, which may not be the best to explain one of the things, because this gonna, every additional item we get is gonna change how things look, so I'm probably gonna buy some item just to show off some things. But since I didn't get anything, yes, sell the equipment I don't need. I want to sell all the big items, those that take more than one slot. You could keep this, but they're gonna mess up my inventory a bit, make it a bit harder to figure out where I have everything. So after we've done this, we're gonna do a duplication activation of Blazing Disc and Soaring Demon. So do this, press F9 to quick save, open the merchant, start selling, except you don't sell it, and then quick load. This store this menu and this sub menu as well, and if you click no on that, we have now stored and get this item even though we have it in the inventory. So it can just double activate them. Go out and quick save and do the same for Soaring Demon. If you get some really good speed boost, you may not need to upgrade Soaring Demon, double activate it. I haven't really done calculation on when it's optimal to do that. Probably doesn't. Oh, I got some more equipment. Since there were very few items in this, it now cycles up and gave me additional items, which I meant suddenly find a pair of boots that's good. So keep your eyes open for these things. And look here, this has too few. So if I buy some of these, I could get combo potion, but I don't want to buy up items. You don't want to randomly buy up items at this point, because it's gonna mess up your inventory. I just bought this seed and shipped those, so I got more speed. Need to do another quick save though. Then copy the Soaring Demon. Double activate it. So to set up our inventory, we're gonna create two different characters from this. We're gonna create one character with few items and one with a lot of items. The first step is to go out here, inventory, and drop all items except these 4 and the 2 combo potions, which are what we need. So all the items, just drop them on the floor. You don't want to sell these, because you're gonna, now you can quickly pick them up by pressing A just to auto pick up. So now we have, and these are the minimum equipment you always have. So I call this +0. I haven't bought a single item. I bought shoes, but I sell the old shoes, so I have the base item. This is +0. So let's just show off some things. Normally, in this case, you would just export, and I'm gonna just do this since I didn't get anything good. But I'm gonna show off what would happen if I, for example, or even better boots, for example, if I bought some boots, and if I, let's say this is a combo potion, I bought these 3. This was a bridle, and these are 2 combo potions. Let's just imagine that. Now I have 3 additional items. That means I'm +3 would be. You would need to remember this number. If you're +0, +1, +2, +3, normally you go up to maximum like +5 or something in useful items. You find a bridle and a lot of combo potion. Like you have a few items in the first here, so you bought like 2 combo potions, cycle the inventory and get 2 more. It's about the most you're gonna get, but it's very important to remember how much plus you are. But I was +0, so that makes the inventory slots, and they're gonna shift up. I'm gonna, for +0, I remember this slot, but I can explain more where these slots are later. Just sell this. Again, I don't really need to sell these ones, but so normally after you have dropped the item, done the export like I did, you would immediately press A, pick up, go in here and just buy up, and don't shift click. I almost tried to shift click this time and it's reflex, since normally you shift click to drop or to sell, but for this you just right click and you want to buy up a bunch of items here. The second export, we just cycle the inventory and just hope we get a lot of items in every. Don't care what you buy, we have enough gold, and since we're playing on this character, so we never really need to care about gold. Now take a baseline buying up until I see about 3 empty lines, but now I'm +0, so I don't need. You probably think it's enough to go slightly minus on this, but if you're on plus, you may have to buy a few more items, especially if you have a bridle which takes up 8 slots. You need to buy 7 additional items. So yeah, we are buying items here. So a few more items. Oh, let's shop. That should be enough, actually. So what you do after you bought what you think of enough, you can check. Oh, I bought way more than needed. Alright, that's because I didn't have a bridle, so I need a few. Alright, yeah, I haven't really exactly calculated where I need to go. But I'm +0. This is the spot I need to remember. I need to have enough item to fill to this slot if I'm +0. If I like before I sold, if I brought 3 additional items, I would need to fill up items to this slot. You need to fill up 1 slot items, because we're gonna manipulate the ID of the items, and the ID fills up. So when I bought this, I just get random IDs on this, and I can't use that in any way controllable. But if I export and then start the character over, every item and things on your character gonna get its ID rearranged, and it's gonna go in order. It's gonna start with the first slot, then keep on going this. When it goes to this point, it's gonna start over on the next row. Just keep on going like that. When it's come to the end of the inventory, first it's gonna check your personal stash for if you have items there, and continue in the same fashion over there. But then it's gonna go to your equipment, and the order it picks your equipment is a bit weird. It goes with helmet, I think first, then armor, then that thing. It keeps going down to that, then I think it's belt, I'm not exactly sure now. Then it takes the amulet, then for some reason it starts over with your shoulder pads and your graves. Then it goes into equipment, going from, I think, right to left. But we don't really care about that for this run. All we care about the inventory slots. So this slot is what I keep in track of because I know I'm +0. And for this, we just export this character, and we're done with the first step of the run. Just setting up the object IDs. So we quit out. Now we're gonna first go in and use this with fewer items. I went into the Underworld campaign, start it, press quick save to buffer the key. The quick saves immediately. Press escape during that. Then quit out. Then go into Untitled campaign, import the character with a lot of items in. And we're gonna head off immediately to the merchant. Here we can try and do the quick teleport. I got a decently fast one. If you mash enter exactly as you talk to him or something, exactly not sure why it happens, but sometimes it teleports you faster. You normally just mash enter. Try to talk him in from far away, I think. Something like that makes him teleport you faster. Additionally, if you activate, you're showing him as he's teleporting you. For some reason, you get much shorter flight distance, so it's not good. You won't activate it before. Go here, press S and enter just to buffer a hard save on the first slot. Go in here, and now I know I'm +0, so I know exactly it's this item I want. Row 3, column, the third last column. If it was +1, I would look for this item, +2, that item, +3, that item, +4, and so on. But I'm +0, so this item. Clicking on selling. Now I'm gonna quick load this item in this merchant with the storage, so I get it inside of my Underworld campaign here. This save doesn't have that item, so it's gonna take something else from memory, which is a demon here. The tricky thing, if I were to take that item one slot over, I would get exactly the same looking demon, except there would be a different name on it. So to place a select the name, you want to add the extraordinary demon. Activate blazing disc to start attacking it, and then trigger this cutscene. This is just a small optimization to kill that demon while you're watching this cutscene, which we can't do anything about. Funnily enough, if a small glitch you can do here, if you quick save and quick look back, her dialogue after. So you go talk to her and quick look back, so you activate the dialogue. That way you can get control of that mage until he gets killed. You can move around with him. Yep, no use. Other than it's fun. And here, press enter and click A to pick up these things, and then run in here. And just need to clear out these guys to spawn Prince Balor, which opens the gate. Press 9 and activate this light. I like to click away once and activate this item as well. I had there and just click enter to accept that menu. Here, you can do it wherever you want, but that's why I killed that demon, to get that quest. But for now, the next goal right here is just to get to Purgatory, which is quite a far bit away. It's one of the longest just flying section. We don't have a horse, though we move at max speed since I got a decent boot. There's absolutely nothing else really going on this section show. This would be one of the sections where the route could be improved if you find a faster way to Purgatory, or maybe even skip having to go to Purgatory. It'll save quite a bit of time, but one thing to do here is keep track of your flight. So you want to reactivate your flight as soon as it goes out. Because we also want the kind of time where the flight runs out at the end. So it's minor things. Okay, since a bit time over here to talk about other things, I can try to go over at this category, since the main reason we run this category is not because just we get a stronger character with a lot of gear and everything. That helps on one thing, it makes the run less RNG. We don't have to do a bunch of level up, watch loading screens, whatnot that the normal run would have to do. But the main reason is simply just because we're level 25 or higher. That means we can access the Underworld campaign, which is the main requirement to be able to do wrong warps, which is what makes this category so fast. Another thing to small keep track that you can open here is to check how many combo potions. I didn't buy any one, so I know I had 2. I want to get a total of 11 combo potions, since that's the kind of the optimal number. You could make do with 7 or 8 as an absolute minimum, but you kind of want 11 for the optimal speed, though. Depends how slow it is to get them, since the way to getting them is just to cycle the inventory to buy a bunch of them. Yeah, there's not much going on in here, so I'm just gonna fly to Purgatory for the rest, and then we can keep on explaining as it goes on. As I said, I want to time flight right now, somewhere around here, so I can activate flight before so flight is activated, somewhere here, and then put a quick save as soon as you get into Purgatory. Then we head up here to this bridge to get to a certain NPC. Main goal in Purgatory, why we want to get here, is to get our saves closed around a bunch of quests. And here is Thomas the Friendly Farmer. And he's very friendly, he wants to trick us and get a bunch of gold. He has a good profitable deal for himself, not for us, but we don't really care about that gold. So just accept this and go here to this guy and don't talk to him. Instead, press S to open the save menu, go here and save this. I like to name my saves. I name this save T. This is just personal, you can name it whatever. And 1, I'm gonna name the next save 1. I like to just keep this name as T for Thomas the Friendly Farmer. Save and then load back to Purgatory to save a bit of running. At this point we're gonna show why, the main reason why I did it, object ID setups. Because I'm gonna get a quest dealer that's normally not accessible. It's one of the pirates, so it's quite far inside. But yeah, get here, quick save, press S and just enter to immediately load your top save, which is this merchant save. So as I saw, this was the extraordinary demon, so because I'm +0. Now +1 to that slot is the next slot I want, which is, so you remember your demon slot and take one item one step later on. And if everything is correct, you're gonna get a dwarf in your hand. When you place a dwarf, it should have that mark and you can talk to him. If you're one step too far, or you can't talk to the dwarf, and if you haven't activated the scroll, you won't see mark, but can still talk to him. You need to have that scroll activated at this point. So do that, save, and enter again. Or save S and enter again to load and get the next item. Just as I said, the final item I need to get is row 6 and the 4th item since I plus 0. So take that item, move here. Which is this guy if you get everything correct. At this point you could do a hard save just here, because I need to do the hard save at this point and name it. I named this save 1, you can name it whatever. One thing else you can get though before you continue on is since I didn't get a bridle or the speed on the horse, I can go and grab one too. It's much better off to get a bridle from this armor, from this merchant when you're in the beginning, because you're in silver difficulty. So your bridle can have up to I think 30 speed. This bridle can only max out at 20 speed. It's gonna have between 10 and 20, and I'm just gonna look at my notes where exactly. So I'm plus 0. I know it's a 10 slot that's, and I have the checks. I know it's on this line for this. This is plus 0 on that. It doesn't actually matter if I'm one slot too much, because these two slots should both be bridles. It's random. The stats is exactly random, but they have the same chance to have between 10 and 20 speed bonus. I'm not sure exactly if it's actually worth grabbing this, because we're not going to use the horse that much, but I do think it's worth grabbing this if you don't get a bridle before. But I could be wrong about that, but it should be roughly the same speed anyway. Yeah, as this gave me a bridle here, and it gave plus 12 speed, which is kind of bad, but yeah, I'm not gonna go over and try to get additional. Wait, why did that guy not? So I did not. Did I save this properly? I'm just gonna load this save. I need to quick save this before. I noticed I didn't have that guy, so I'm just gonna check if my save here was saved with that guy. This save is still correct. So since I have all those 3 standing there, it doesn't actually matter that in my quick save where I got a bridle, that guy isn't spawned, so that's no time loss. But yeah, I just got confused, because I made a mistake when I did the quick save. But yeah, no, nothing we get done for a run. So you want to make sure you don't talk to her before you're done that hard save that I named number 1, but talk to this cookie girl, because we're gonna grab some quests from her. She ain't not serious. But yeah, moving on, I'm gonna do a thing. I'm not sure if it's worth time, but it makes the run a bit easier, which is go to this blacksmith. Take this shield, which is the best shield, and boost the magic damage on it by placing 2 of those in, and then place it in the first slot. Oh, I come out, this key between 1, open the console. But yeah, I press 1 to get this. And now, this shield has the best stats, and this sword has a bonus to physical damage, which boosts our damage. So you want this equipment and you want 2 in that. I'm not, also, as I said, if you're gonna go for magic, in addition you have 2 slots in the shoulder pads, which you can also boost damage on. So with this, I just boost my damage on the blazing disc a bit. I'm not sure if doing this is worth it, but I like to do it. Additionally, open inventory and quick save here, because we're gonna do the combo master change glitch. Though I'm just doing it not to save gold, but because I only saved 4 runes here. I like to shift 4 slots so I see Storm Demon before I quick load after placing those. Because this glitch requires you to click once to cycle once to get new item. That means I can get a blazing disc, and then I can just do a normal change for a second blazing disc. Another thing, small gains, have your save out here, saving the distance, running out again. But yeah, going to this merchant and look for his items first. You don't need to open that. You only want to look for concentration potion, the yellow ones. So I see 1, and I additionally decide to buy up some additional just to clear out its slots. And I make a quick save. Now I remember how many concentration potions I have. I have 3, right? So I want to remember that. I place the blazing disc and do a duplication on it to get my total blazing disc level up to level 12, I think it is. Oh, and it's annoying if you misclick that guy. I see 2 concentration potions, so I redo the save just. So I'm +5, or I 5 concentration potions right now. One of the biggest time saving losses here is getting 11 combo potions, which I like to get. You can do with fewer, as I said earlier, but I want to get 11, so I just buy up this potion to cycle the inventory. I'm on 6. And as I said, since I didn't get any combo potion from the earlier point, it's gonna take a bit more time, and 8. And for this run or this showcase, I want to get a few extra just to be safe. 10, at least 12 I want to get just for the showcase. Normally, in the run I would be happy with 11. Don't really care about other potions because, yeah, we're not gonna lose that much health. Probably only gonna lose use at most 10 heal potions. So this, it would be really bad RNG. It's really slow to get enough combo potions, though I actually had 11 before I got this 3. Yeah, after this, it's very important to remember to return to the combo master and build your combo. Since we have enough gold, we don't care about saving gold or anything. So we just do it, place it over the poison demon slot, and we're done. And before we do anything, we can export the character. You can export over, doesn't matter. Yes, you get an extra menu if you do. So additionally, it's good to run out of this building. Somewhere around here, there's an area that negates your flight and just send you down. So, and remember, talk to this Master Baker first, which is the second part of the Cookie Girl's quest line. We don't care about his quest, but we care about the 3rd and the 4th part. We're gonna grab here. So go up here and quick save, but that was an early quick save. You want to quick save somewhere outside the house, preferably on the other side of these things, though you're on flight, so yeah, I don't think it really matters, but quick save somewhere around there. Not worth redoing the quick save like I do in a run. Press R to eat your yellow potion, and hope you have a few demons as possible following you when you want to go down to kill him. This is not good RNG, I have a few too many. Take my time to. So with that, after you kill him, or preferably killed all the extra demons, because they can, I don't want to open that menu, they can attack you and block you from being able to talk to him. You want to save. Scroll down, and I like to name this save 3 because the 3rd part in Cookie Girl quest. You could have 1, 2, 3 if you prefer that. You can name them whatever. You can choose to not name them at all. You don't need to name them. Start the conversation and quick load. You can press enter during the loading screen to immediately accept it, and this spawns this guy, which is the number 4. This which we're gonna save. And then we're done with the Underworld campaign. You can actually start the real part of the run, so import and take this new character we have made, everything, all the gear and level ups on the combo. Skip tutorial because you don't want a quick save before that. Press S, scroll down once, so you see this quest as a top, because we don't need that slot anymore. Scroll down once, take number, I want number 1 first. Press enter. Because we're gonna go and grab our horse. And then we talk to this dwarf. This dwarf has this quest line that's, we don't really care about this quest in the Underworld, but this quest and the ID of this quest is still remaining on the OK button. So when we go into the main campaign, it's gonna point to whatever that ID confirms to in the main campaign, which is talking to the portal in the Fields of Uruk. So you want to talk to this horse and hopefully not have any enemies here. After you talk to this horse and preferably get on it, quick save, go here and talk to load save number 3. Number 3 is this guy, and this quest lines with coming up here in Monastery of Seraphims. And here I have a bit of a lag game, which is one of the problems I have with running this game. It is random, 3 lags, almost always get 3, sometimes 2. Not sure. Oh, and I forgot, you want to equip your riddle here. It's just a short horse ride, so if you didn't get on the horse because there was a bunch of enemies, can happen rarely. Doesn't really matter. Don't bother with the horse if you wasn't on it before. You got it, but yeah, get in there. And the main reason we want to get the Monster Seraphims is because for some reason this quest line is always active, the hologram Seraphim here. You're not supposed to be able to access this if you play the game the intended way, but we're not. And these guys are really annoying. They are like that. You can't talk to guys when they're attacking you. You don't want to have this happen. Normally you want to stay here in line and then do a click like that, so you make sure you attack, talk to her, save, and then press S to open this menu, and we want to load T, so we can just press enter at this point. Which is the one time we're gonna load save number T or save name T, which is this guy. Quick load this into the main campaign, and this spawns us in Valias or Ilias, remember the names, house. It is quite close to the forest hideout. And after we have talked to the Seraphim, the next part of the quest is to talk to Shariffa, and she's actually always present in the forest hideout, which is a location you're not supposed to be able to access, that we can just fly out the river. But since she's not part of the story before there, they decided to just let her spawn there from the start of the game. So we need to head there, and this is the closest point we can wrong warp to get there. Actually, there is a closer point, but that quest is very far out of the way, and this can happen with a horse, which is really bad, and loses a bunch of time. That's why I normally try to activate the horse when I'm still outside on the water, because normally the horse does not glitch out like that, but for some reason it did this time. I haven't actually seen that happen in a long time. Additionally, one thing to be careful about looking out for is that thieves in certain areas, they can actually block the path entirely, which means you have to activate the knockdown ability on the horse to get through. Additionally, fun thing, if you activate the knockdown ability on a horse and hit the bear in this area, you get stuck on the bear because you can't knock down the bear, I can show. It's like that, which is not good, so avoid bears if you have this active. Oh, please. Yeah, we'll get him up here, and so I'm gonna get off the horse and talk to Sheriff. And normally in a 100% run you actually want to block her from teleporting, but in this run we want to make sure she teleports. So I'm just gonna showcase this first. So after I click that, you see this. If I quick save during this animation and then load back to that save, I would stop her from teleporting. So I want to make sure you do not stop her from teleporting. And to take advantage of this, I'm gonna go out and get on the horse before we quick save, so we can save a bit of time. And because we did this, the only element we can actually get to that doesn't block our teleport while being on the horse is the fire element. So we're gonna start off with the fire element. Otherwise, this saves like a second or two maybe at most, but otherwise we can do the element in any order we want. This guy, as you remember, gives us the portal location for Earth. So get here and can now go and do the fire element quest. So one thing that's weird for me in this, as you can see in this, where I can see even more soon, is I get some weird graphical glitches, and I have no clue why this happens. I'm quite sure it wasn't like this when I played the game before, even on the same PC, but when I return now, I'm starting to see these glitches everywhere, seen on a few more spots as well. Yeah, no clue why that happens. Additional point to check out, you can see the combo I have. It's PowerPoint. He's never gonna have enough time to fill out, so you can actually press R to eat your first combo portion whenever you want in this section, or in any part leading up to the fire and dragon here. No additional time here to try to time your flight, so it's the final flight here is gonna run out before we reach the final chambers of the dragons, which probably always should happen if you take the route this way. Should run out somewhere here. Because inside the final section there can be mages, and you don't want to reactivate light when there's a risk of mages trapping you while you're doing it. Another advantage of playing this character is we have a bunch of armors that we can actually get quite close to the dragon before we activate this. Just be prepared to spam some health in case this happens. Because that means, oh, this guy doesn't like me at all. Didn't move. This is not exactly optimal. Normally it doesn't breath that much fire, but as you can see, you can kind of just run in and activate the fight to speed things up. It was a really slow fight because I had a bunch of extra enemies that the blazing disc chose to attack before, so can go much faster. Yeah, just go grab this element and quick save. So next step I'm gonna go for is the Dark Elves, which is save 1. You can take the wind element if you want before, but the Dark Elf, earth and water, it's quite convenient to do here. So she's the cookie girl quest. Girl is the one that gives us this convenient wrong warp. Place us inside Dark Elf area. And as you may see, a lot of this area in Purgatory gives wrong warp. For some reason, most wrong warps in the Underworld campaign is actually placed either in that area or around the pirates. There's where the most useful ones are located. And this route is actually incredibly convenient that everything actually works because it's so close to not working at all. There's so many things, and this is bad. 2 mages here. It's unlucky. Bunch of mages here. This looks like I could get stuck again. Yeah, I was scared of that. Don't want to activate my combo potion already. Kinda have to, I think. I got a bunch of extra, but yeah, it's one of the main things in this section is to try to hopefully not get stuck and know when you have to activate combo potions. So you don't want to waste too many. Yeah, definitely have to activate another combo potion. Probably don't have to activate one for this section though. It's interestingly enough, in this character we're actually strong enough to just take down her without activating it. Now, my combo ones did not follow me, which was weird. They normally, I imagine, they would follow me in. So this would be quite bad if this was a run, because I would have wasted, I think, +1 extra combo potion compared to what I've calculated. If I didn't waste 2 extra, so wouldn't kill the run, but I would have to go slower on some of the later boss fights. Here's coming up in a section I'm not exactly timed exactly when you want to activate Soaring Demon for optimal, so I'm gonna go and play it a bit safe. So, oh, let's see if this timing is good enough. I haven't tested this because I didn't do this in my run. I haven't really optimized this, but you want to go grab this. Now let's go safe instead and activate, cancel my light. I want to go into this. Oh, get inside, please. We want to time this flight so it runs up because we're gonna do a flight clip, and hopefully there are no mages here. And unlike in any percent run when you're really scared of poison, that should have gone over for the whole area, we have high enough poison resistance we don't care about the poison. I want to get to this place and position myself in a way before this flight runs out. And probably I could have gone from the first point in flight, because as you can see I have a lot of time left. Yeah, if you're a bit unsure you can quick save once you see the fire, but this, when it starts out, should clip me inside this. Now if you watch my run I made, I didn't go for this because in the older routing I used a different wrong warp, which makes the intended way faster, but taking that wrong warp took too long time compared to just going for this, and when I changed the route I forgot to just add this fly clip instead. So this saves like 30, almost 40 seconds over what I did in my run, so definitely be improved. And here is one of the most annoying. Here's an interesting thing. Oh, I got an additional lag. You activate flight exactly as get lag instead. You can skip the animation, and here, exactly as I had in my run, a bunch of these things spawning, so it blocks so I can't get out. which is annoying, but can happen. No fishes, they can be annoying here. Okay, grab this, save. Now it's important to remember to grab the wind element, which is very easy to forget, which is save number 3, because normally the wind is the first element. One thing to go over here is I'm not going to use the horse for this upcoming section outside because it takes too long for the horse to get out and you get on the horse compared to just flying, since we move at this fast speed. Additionally, we can take a slightly shorter path by ignoring some things and just flying over here, so it's not worth using the horse for this section. But yes, we now have all the 4 elemental time to grab the 5th element of void. This is the main reason why I had to... Right, I forgot another thing. In this load menu, after you use the T save, you can scroll down 1. That plays number 1 save at the top spot here, which means you can press S and enter. Always forget about that, which is bad, I should. But here is the reason we got this guy, which is a pirate, and the only reason we set up the object ID, because we can grab this guy without doing the object ID, because it's actually located here on the map, and the extraordinary demon could be located here or here randomly, so you could do that part without that. So having him here saves time, but not enough to save up to about 2 minutes to set the object ID, but this guy does save that time. Because this gives Mystery Castle. So interestingly, unlike any percent, we're actually gonna take the intended path to get to Shadow now. Thus we actually need Mystery Castle because Sharifa is gonna teleport into this house after we have get the element of void. But for this section I also like to do something. I open the inventory to scout ahead here, to see if I can see any mages down the road early. So prepared. I'm gonna show a bit more of that. Oh, that's unlucky. Normally this section can actually be done without getting stuck. So, and at this point it's not worth staying on the horse. If you get off the horse you can start moving immediately, which is actually the main reason why I use the horse for these upcoming sections. Though it's really nice to have the horse here and the knockdown, because you want to knock down those mummies because they're extra scary. This little cave is incredibly scary because it's filled with mages, and that wave attack can stunlock you. There's 2 or 3 mages that can just keep spamming that thing. And here's no enemies, so I can get on the horse. And here's the main reason I want to use this inventory trick. Because here I can really scout for these priests early. And this is really annoying. Don't know why this come. Didn't even see them. That's downside inventory. I don't see my entire inventory. Yeah. It's not too long of a flight. I want to avoid using combo pots as possible here. Okay, got through. This section, if you get trapped by priests, usually target you can jump to using the Soaring Demon's jump ability. Like that, to still save a bit of time while you're stuck. There you see a trick. There you saw how I cancelled the animation of the Soaring Demon activating. As I activate exactly as I hit the loading trigger. That trick is a bit random on which, not random, but some what else it works well on and some it doesn't work very well on, so Depends a bit where you can do it efficiently. Usually those two mages are nice, yeah. Coming up, I'm gonna do a new hard save, and I'm gonna save over my slot number 3, or my save the name number 3. And in here, click that and save over it. Don't save over the other two because I'm gonna still need them, but number 3 isn't needed. This is the save for the portal here, which I'm gonna need at the end of the run. It's not worth going up to that because you can save one trip by doing it this way. And you want to have fly here because you can do a short warp like that. If you keep your mouse cursor closer to you, you don't stop. And additionally, take this route when going to the void element, because you get tracked enemies to that side. Save. Press S and I just press enter. I think I got save number 1 that because I should have positioned it. And then we head off to Mr. again. This part, it's not worth getting the horse because we're not going that far and there's no mages that basically, but yes, because I can get off the horse to avoid getting stuck if there's only one mage. Talk to Sherifa, in which case she just immediately disappear, which is not sure why, because you should have this quest at this point here, but something with breaking the order. Now is why we need this save number 4, because doing this, if you could grab and get inside Monastery Seraphim normally in a game without Underworld campaign, you would be softlock at this point, because you can't get inside the Brave Rock Castle, Tavern, Sewers, or Cellars area, but I did quick save, right? Yeah, I did. But here is this save. It is super convenient because this route would not work if this save, this wrong warp, did not exist. And there's very limited amount of wrong warps, so it's incredibly convenient this work because this places me inside that area. So incredibly lucky that we can do this. And 2 mages here is super scary. Please. It was nice. It was nice. Let's see if this down portal is nice, and you want to walk away from that a bit because otherwise it takes you up again very easily. To just talk to these 2. Trigger the endgame, and funnily enough, because we never triggered the Ilia's quest, she is now stuck in her noble dress instead for this remainder of the game. And here is a good point to check how many combo potions you have left, because optimally, I hit the house. If you hit houses, your flight cancels, so you want to avoid that. Thought I avoided it, but I guess with the inventory opening I didn't. So probably don't open your inventory until here. You want to make sure you have 5 combo potions, I think. Yes, 5 if your combo is ready, you want to have 5. If not, you want to have 6 for the optimal section of here. Because I want to use 2 on the Marjorie here. Preferably 2. If you're lacking, you have to make sure. Maybe cut 1 on the Marjorie, maybe cut 1 on the Sakurai Demon later on. Talk to him, please. So, nice. Just avoid hitting the house again, because that cancels your flight. At this point, there's not too much left here, and unlike any percent, these ghouls are not very scary to us, because we have high enough poison resistance. Instead, it's these mages that can do this. That's scary, though they actually kinda don't use that much trapping spells, these skeleton mages. I say it. It happens, of course. One glitch that can also take time to talk since there's not much going on is it's actually possible to get a horse inside the dungeons using object item manipulation. But since you can't open doors with horses on, it's not worth it. And additionally here, you want to move into this room before you click that door, because otherwise for some reason your character refuses to run inside and open that door, so move inside that door first. But yeah, onto the horse. You can get horses inside, but... And actually you can go through... You can't go through the main gate that takes you down to level the first floor, but these gates inside, they actually work with the horse. Here's another very important trick. Stop here and get her to run up to you, because once you hit that trigger there, she starts walking, and that's slow, so you want to have her run up to you as soon as possible. Here's a bit of a breakpoint, so you can always grab Hell Power, which should increase the casting time. Your spell, not sure if it works, or you can just increase Magic Lore for damage. Doesn't really matter if you increase your other stats. But just a short delay to take that for a small time save, maybe on the demon. I'm not sure. Get inside the portal. Run up and just start spamming combo. Normally, if you have got 11 combos and you haven't used any extras at this point, you can just spam 3 combos on this guy. If you have extra combo potions, you can spam extra, but you need 1 left for the final boss fight. Or rather, you can't spam more than 3 because this guy dies so fast that it's not worth starting another combo. So spam 3, then run up to this. And when you go in here, make sure you save somewhere around here. Quick save here. You might run into the room because for some reason I have a reflex to run in and then I need to save. You want a quick save. Then run up to Sheriffa. Oh, she turns into Shadow. What a surprise. Take her quest here. I'm gonna do the Shadow level 1 glitch. So just load back with his menu. Don't press enter immediately because this is why I want to say back. You want to start your running to this guy. So click on him so you start running to, then press enter to immediately. Oh, I should hope I did not softlock the game there. No. Please talk to him. That guy can keep on teleporting away and do everything bad for you. And take minutes to catch him sometimes if you're unlucky. But doing it by this strat where you set up your first talk with him is convenient and nice to talk to you a second time. Additionally, if you have your Blazing Disc ready, you can start activating Blazing Disc during the fade out, which usually make these skeletons easier on you. But yeah, I did a quick save, I think, so press S. Here's why you need it, save number 3, I have the quick save. At this point, I just need to get the Shadow and kill him. That's the end of the round, so there's not too much left. Just use flight here, not worth getting the horse again. But we can also do the small fly clip here. We skip portion of the stairs. There for some reason she stopped. Sometimes it happened even if you keep your aim correct. And here's why you want these guys to be on that side, and you get that menu, and get inside, press 7, press R to get it, and start. Just want to kill this. Hopefully these guys cooperate and just stay around you. Not, you can just follow around. Then get this potion, these guys to stuck on Shadow, and then touch one of those. And as soon as you touch them, if these are on top of him, he will instantly die. Because he dies to 1 hit at that point. And yeah, that's the game. If there is any questions, if I forgot to explain something properly or anything, just ask away. Also, this route has potential to be improved quite a bit more. I have some ideas, but I'm not sure the energy to work on it really right now. But yeah, there's a lot of potential here to be improved further. But yeah, any question, just ask them.